It's finally Friday, and I am so excited. Right before that, I know you guys are laughing because I just said I'm really thinking I need a martini from Mezzaluna. I don't know why in my head I've been thinking all week. Friday night, not that I need it right now at 9.
Oh, okay.
But
okay,
they
that,
have
that
this.
helps clarify it.
They have this like Thai coconut. Because I'm not like a dry martini kind of gal, but they have this Thai coconut martini that is just my favorite. And I never go downtown, but I thought maybe tonight will be the.
Tonight's the night.
Tonight's going to be the night. So, but I don't. You know, I'm scheduling out my weekend already. Sometimes I need Monday just because I'm so busy on the weekend. How about you,
Look out
Christopher?
downtown Fargo.
What do you got going
We're
on?
having a big sleepover this weekend. So Isabella's friends coming over and sleeping over. I think it's going to be Saturday night. We're going to set up like a big teepee thing and have scavenger
awesome.
hunts and balloon fights, and so it should
Is it
be
a birthday or just a girls' night?
Kind of a, yeah,
Is she-
exactly.
okay. Does
Kind
she
of
have
a
more
girls'
than
night.
one friend coming?
Just one coming for this time.
I was going to say
so.
that's good because my 10-year-old, when she turned 9, she had her first big sleepover.
I think
and
you told me about this.
And
It was like,
I'm still like, when I bring it up, when you talked about like someone sleeping over, I was like, the anxiety. I love play dates and doing stuff with my girls, but I had like 7 friends plus my
That's
2 girls. And they wouldn't go to bed and they wouldn't get off their phones. And you know, it was like midnight and I was like, I'm gonna text your mom if you don't go to sleep. It was so hard. I don't know, because my best friend Rachel is like the queen of like, your kids should come over. I'm having these kids. She loves sleepovers and having everyone over. I'm like, how do you do it? Like, she's just like so good at it. And then like I have one child come over. I'm like, one extra kid in my house. I don't know why I get anxiety over little girl sleepovers.
I don't know how you did it with 7. Were they all screaming and?
Yes, and playing crazy games. And with girls, they all split off into little cliques, you know. So it's like these 2 were, you know, too cool to talk to these 2, and then this one was left out, and this one, oh my goodness, yeah. Well, they were 9, so why wouldn't they? And why wouldn't they be on their phone? I had no idea that was a thing that like if we have another party, I would be like, okay, the rule,
phones go over here,
everyone drops their phone in the bowl, and then we'll, my goodness.
I was going to say, so all these 9-year-olds are like planted in.
Because they, you know, there are some apps that aren't, well, now I'm hearing different things, but like Musical.ly, where they'd lip sync to music videos, and some things, you know, are very, you know, I didn't think it was bad, but then like, oh, you can't be in my Musical.ly, and my goodness, I can't, you know, when they're actually 16, what's going to happen?
I know.
They're like 9 and 10. My 6-year-old is like a 16-year-old, but my 10-year-old's one of those very sensitive, wants to make everyone happy.
That's nice.
She's super nice, but anyway, no more large sleepovers at my house. I'm glad that only one extra girl is going to be in your
Congratulations, you
daughter's
survived. Yeah, we're going to start with 1, see how that goes, but I'm sure they're going to have a blast, and then this year Isabella will be like, oh, I need,
Next time, let's...
Right.
10 more girls. Well, today I'm wearing red, and I know this is kind of commemorating. It's a sad story, but something I still am just not over. And I know that you actually also, you know, talked about this and followed this story as well.
Yeah.
1 year on Sunday will be the 1-year anniversary of Savannah Graywin's murder. So, and I know that the court proceedings are still going on. One woman has, you know, pleaded guilty. Her sentencing will be after the trial of a second. But if you don't remember, you know, Savannah Graywin was 8 months pregnant when she disappeared. And then the baby was found alive, and she was later found in the river. It seems like, I was just talking about this the other day with a friend as we were walking, because it just seems like one of those horrific things that could never be real.
Exactly.
Even now, I just, can that really happen? Somebody is accused of, well, somebody did do it, but you know, someone is accused of cutting out Savannah's baby.
It just makes my stomach turn just having to even bring it up.
You know, and it's like, I know we still live in a super awesome community, you know, we're safe, but it just makes you think, you know, there are still those bad people out there. And I know there's been quite the movement. I believe there's going to be a community park picnic up in Trollwood Park, kind of in Savannah's memory, and they're asking people to put red light bulbs out on their porches and wear red. Savannah was just 22 years old.
Yeah, and I mean, just this like stunningly beautiful young woman, and it sounds like, you know, she just felt like, oh my gosh, the world's about to open up to me, and
I know, just it's horrible. I know a friend of mine said she knows where Savannah is buried, and she said the family is, you know, just always there, and you know, fresh flowers and teddy bears, and really doing the best they can to keep her memory alive. And of course, the baby, the little girl, did live and is now with her father.
Right.
And so, you know, and I know they've kind of been protective a little bit as far as talking so much since, you know, all the, you know, trial stuff and is still going on. But, you know, I thought it was a good time just to kind of talk about it one more time and not forget Savannah. So another person, it seems like, that everyone is remembering and celebrating her life too. It continues. The Queen of Soul tributes to Aretha Franklin continue to pour in from all around the world as music lovers celebrate her life, from Hollywood's Walk of Fame to Harlem's famed Apollo Theater, an outpouring of love and respect for an icon. Over the course of more than 5 decades, she performed at an inaugural event for 3 different presidents, sang for the Pope when he visited the U.S., and in 2015, she was also still doing some amazing things. Yesterday, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame honored its first female inductee, saying she defined soul music. Diana Ross spoke of her golden spirit. Paul McCartney called her the queen of our souls, who inspired us all. She won 18 Grammy Awards and had 20 #1 hits on the R&B charts. News of her passing sent her 30 greatest hits album soaring to the top of the iTunes chart. I think all of us have just been, you know, listening to her song. I know last night I stayed up way too late. I kind of got into to bed, and I was, you know, kind of watching YouTube videos, and then I will admit this morning that I was actually looking up because I noticed she was wearing a lot of furs. You know, she always had such great style as well. So it's like all of a sudden I was like, you know, Googling, well, why did she wear this? And what was her, you know, feelings, and more on her family, you know? It's like, you know, it's sad that that's, you know, often happens only after someone passes. But I think people are really celebrating her life and music. It was pancreatic cancer as well that she was suffering with, 76 years old. So she had a good life, but such a sad day still.
Oh, well, I mean, the thing that jumps out to me, and we talked about this briefly yesterday, but there's nothing I like more than when you watch people that they just are doing what they were born to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's just something about, you can just tell when people, like, that's what that person's supposed to be doing. And she had no formal training in music. She just went and sung at her dad's church. Next thing you know, she's, would you say, won 18 Emmys or whatever it was? I mean, it's just Grammys. Unbelievable.
Amazing. Her voice, it was just, and I listened to her singing Amazing Grace in like the way she could do it too. It's just an well, she did gospel music, and you know, it's just amazing.
And what was the song again from the movie we were talking about yesterday, My Best Friend's Wedding, where they all have that great scene everyone breaks into?
All around the breakfast table, and they're singing The Moment I Wake Up.
The moment I wake up, yeah. They just all, and this big chorus breaks out.
She's awesome.
That scene is incredible.
And of course, she has inspired artists young and old. Alicia Keys actually performed Natural Woman on Nicki Minaj's Queen radio show. The two reflected on how Franklin, the Queen of Soul, served as an inspiration since childhood. And they brought on, we've talked about Alicia Keys quite a bit. She is amazing. I could see, you know, that she would be inspired by Aretha. She delivered a moving rendition of You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman. So,
do we have anything from it?
You know what? That's a tribute, for sure.
I want to hear you just kind of do a little rendition of that. Do the air piano.
I do not have like a good singing voice, and then like, yeah, why don't you follow up Alicia Keys? Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Another powerhouse singer on The Tonight Show, Ariana Grande, also performed the same song, ending in tears, and she was wearing all black. Let's listen to her. producer just said, this is making me so
Yeah.
emotional. It's true. And that song specifically, I feel like you feel it inside. You're like, I just want to do that, don't you?
So I want to know from
you
both
were
of
singing
you.
it actually yesterday, and I kind of
was,
teased
and
you. I was like,
I
Chris,
didn't
you
even
natural
catch
woman,
up.
you.
Yeah, that, like it's the whole natural woman thing. But so, from you and Sydney, what does it mean to be a natural woman? Like when you hear that, what's the definition for you?
Oh, geez, I don't know. Just true to yourself,
Yeah.
a strong, independent, kind of before Beyonce. Like, I'm a natural woman, all natural, and loving it and proud of it. And you better respect it.
Are you gonna break out into that song now too?
Maybe next. So, yeah, it's just good stuff. It's great to celebrate her life and legacy, and her voice will live on forever. So, good stuff. Okay, talk about a throwback that will give you all the feels on this Friday. John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John, and the cast of Grease gathered in Beverly Hills to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the movie musical. 40 years. The stars say they first knew the film was a phenomenon when they attended its London premiere. Grease is among the top 3 highest grossing movie musicals of all time. And that is also one of those movies that I can just watch over and over and over and over and over.
I gotta be honest, I can't say with 100% certainty I've ever watched the entire movie of Grease.
What?
Yeah. Sydney just like fell over. I'm sure I've seen
disappointing.
Yeah, clips here and there, but to sit down from beginning to end.
You do know the hand jive.
I've heard of it, but see.
And John Travolta, I mean, that was his.
Yeah, him back in the day, right?
Well, and you should watch that with your family. Isabella would love, I think, Grease.
I think she would too, but when you just brought up John Travolta, all I could think about was, and I loved him in this show. Remember, Welcome Back, Kotter?
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back. Mr. Kotter, Mr. Kotter.
Full of impersonations
that
today.
show was
40 years, though.
hysterical.
That's awesome. 40 years for Grease. Okay, should we take a look at what's trending today? This would be the perfect thing to talk to your wife about, since Aji is the fashion goddess. These aren't just for storing snacks anymore. Ziploc is aiming to keep more than your turkey sandwich fresh. Check this out. The company has paired up with a Japanese clothing brand to create a line of clear plastic products like hats, purses, backpacks, bags, aprons, visors, and even the fanny pack featuring the Ziploc logo. Look at that fanny pack.
That is classic. I do kind of like the hat, though. The lid is okay. Right? The Ziploc lid?
Oh my gosh. I don't know what to think about this. The whole clear bag thing anyway. Oh, see, I understand the umbrella. That makes sense to me. But I don't think I like the visor. Oh, jeez.
Come on, you could store a sandwich right up in the cap and stuff, and if you get hungry, just pull a sandwich out and.
I'm gonna buy you that Ziploc fanny pack for your birthday.
No, not the fanny pack, just the hat, and then.
You're so anti. You're like never gonna wear a fanny pack. We're working on you. Okay, we love dumb criminal stories. This isn't necessarily a criminal, but it's one of those why did you do this? Okay, you gotta watch this video. Australian police are trying to identify a man involved in a bizarre incident, and it was all caught on video inside a parking garage. I almost thought he was knocked out there and maybe he was for a second. The man is seen on the video charging through the gate at the entrance of this garage and then falling to the ground. The force of the impact caused some damage to the barrier, a little bit. I think more to that guy's ego. He was able to get up and walk away. Police actually released this video. It quickly went viral. I suppose he thought it was just gonna snap or something.
I don't know.
It looks like he snapped his neck.
Well, why wouldn't you just go right in between on the little...
Why did he do that? It's and I hope someone was behind him. Was he hey man, watch this,
Yeah, check this out.
Check this out. It's ridiculous, the worst. All right, we have a great Friday show planned for everyone today. We've been talking about back to school, and now we will be introduced to an awesome new preschool program for the kiddos in West Fargo. Plus, we haven't tried this yet, but we've been talking about it, poke bowls. They're trendy, they're delicious, they're Instagram worthy, and even healthy.
Ooh,
How about
nice.
that? So something new that if you haven't tried a poke bowl, we're going to tell you all about it coming up a little later. But next, how much would you pay to get a celebrity shout out online?